So, number one, I just don't know how unified these neighbors are when one of the neighbors has their house up for sale now. So that's another issue. Where we're going with that, I don't know. Is it because it changed the residential? Does that make the house worth more money than before? I don't know. But all I know is this, Mr. President. I don't understand. You know, people in this community wait eons of time to get street signs up or a crosswalk painted. How do you put residential parking on a street when it still has not received its final approval from the City Council? And who gave the authority to drill holes in perfectly good trees and put 3 signs up in a period, in a short distance, that now interferes with arrows going both ways with the commercial people that's on that street? So I would like to get those answers, Mr. President, answered, not by the residents, but by the city, because apparently someone from the city put those signs up. And I would like to get answers to this before I would make an intelligent vote, because I just don't think, I just don't think it's right and fair. You know something, I really don't want to get into it. The lady at the podium, she doesn't work for the city of Medford. She can't answer the question how the, you know, I'm going to move that the paper lay on the table. This is 55 years old. And if you've waited 55 years, why can't you just wait another week to get these answers? To me, I think it's very disturbing that the Traffic Commission can issue a residential parking permit to a group of homes or residential numbers, home numbers, and indicate that you are in a residential neighborhood when you're not. You haven't even gotten the vote from the council. That's number one. Number two, the trees have been attacked, whether it be by the city or the citizens found these signs and somebody gave them and put them up. I don't know. To me, these are very important issues, Mr. President. I would like to vote for it, but I'm not going to vote for it if the council can't wait one more week for the city to answer these questions.
Point of information, Mr. President.
We've waited 55 years. If you can't wait another week, well, then I'm not going to vote for it. And with all due respect to the neighborhood, you can look at me and say anything you want. I think this is an important issue, because just like the lady who just came from North Medford and she's worried about her traffic situation, we could drive around this entire community and talk about traffic and intersections and streets and roadways and crosswalks. If you waited 55 years, what's another week? Maybe the city didn't put the signs up. Maybe somebody from that group got the sign from the city and they put them up. I don't know. But I think it's an important answer to be made, and it's important to know from the Traffic Commission, how do you give these and how do you give out these residential permit parking stickers when you're not zoned for residential parking yet? That's all. I think it's a legitimate question.
Well, Mr. Lee, say residential parking
residential
only,
parking,
with
and
an
the arrows
arrow
go both
to the
ways.
left and an arrow to the right?
Yes, sir.
My understanding...
And all 3 signs.
My understanding, and I certainly am not a traffic engineer, but that's not saying the left side of the street and the right side of the street. That's saying in the front of this sign on the right side, in the back of this sign on the right side.
That's the side of the street that the people got tagged on as well.
The right side?
Side with the signs are.
That's my point. But the left side of the street doesn't have resident parking.
We're not talking about that, Councilor. We're talking about the right side of the street where the signs are on the trees.
So commercial cars are parking on the right side of the street?
President Mayor.
Well, if the Traffic Commission made it
Russo's
resident
next.
parking only, then they should be getting tagged.
Okay.
On trees, just for what you said. If Mr. Kerrins gave the order, no more posting on trees, then why are they still doing it? Unless somebody got the signs from the city, mysteriously, and they put them up. I don't know.